Hello, you YouTube fans, here again. And without ado, I thought I'll have a test. I've already got this. I figure, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why not sold this one? Lufthansa take book and also made a TV series in 1981. That being, it's like it's tied to the charity. That's right. It's like it's tied to the charity. Like I say, based on a book in the early 80s, being 1981, they decided to make this series. Now, I remember rightly, I think right there, it was like a six-part sort of series, all different adventures. And this ain't a bad story, the Exciters tried to the charity. Not a bad story, and as the book says, don't panic. So, as the story goes, basically this guy here, they're gonna basically put his house down. They want to bulldoze it, and then this guy comes along who's one of his mates. Or it turns out he's not a human. He's not a human, as the story goes. And he comes from another planet, and he tells him that they're going to blow up Earth. That Earth is only going to be for so many hours, and it blows up. And it's not a funny story. He's in the pub, they're buying all these peanuts, they're drinking as much beer as they can. The alien comes out and exactly bolts up Earth. It definitely sums up what's going to happen in that planet, maybe in the future. But yeah, it's not a good one. This it's got a lot of features in it. If I remember right, it does have a lot of deleted scenes. It does have a double disc, and it's a good one. This is the one where, if I remember rightly, you've got this alien, this guy with two heads. Quite laughable now. The effects are quite dated, and it always has me wondering whether the ones that did the music to this would later do the music to Doctor Who. You remember the late Doctor Who's of John Baker, and when it got to Peter Davison and Joan Bacon, you found the music is very similar to what they're using in this one in 1981, being the Exciters tied to the charity. So the first story, I could take it or leave it. It's not a bad little story as stories go. Then you get to the part of two where you get this beautiful girl, blonde hair, voice is quite cheeky. And I say it's when we got the dad, the two heads, and you've got the Tepes Wobot. You can sort of see him here. Now, if you think you've seen this actress before, she appeared in, if I remember right there, she appeared in a small scene in Superman 3, and she also made a small disappearance in Superdome. And the funny thing is, she's actually married to Doctor Who, or one of the actors that played Doctor Who. Similar name to me, that being Peter Davison. That's right, she was married to Peter Davison. And I do remember when this was being shot, Peter Davison was already auditioning for the role for Doctor Who. He was going to take over John Baker, because in 81, we all know John Baker decided to go bye-bye to Doctor Who. That's a different story. But this is one where she comes into it. She's got the dad, the two head, the robot, and they all meet up. But before you do that, you've got this one alien, big bog alien, who adopts them and sends them into space. And that's when them characters come into it. And it's I like it. I mean, I like the banter. I like the offensive feel to it. Yeah, I can keep repeating myself. The effects are dated. But in all fairness, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. You know what I mean? It gives it that offensive feel. It gives it that offensive feel. So yeah, I like it for what it is. So yeah, it's not a bad one. Then we get to the next story. If I remember right, there's the one really in the desert. I kind of like it. You've got this one guy, a bit like One to Noble. They fly around in this space buggy car. And then you've got this thing which goes fort. And it's this robot thing. It's go fort. And they've got to find out the information of what's going to happen in that. Oh, I like that story. You always get a little bit like where Peter does a tarot and you got like a voiceover and it's supposed to be teaching us all these different planets and all these different things. And then you got the one where Peter Davison does appear in it. He plays a part of a pig. Because at the time, Peter Davison didn't want people to see his face that much. He was ready to play the next Doctor Who to be the fifth actor to play Doctor Who. He didn't want to be recognised. So the thought funny thing is, they dress him up as a pig. They put a pig's face on him. Got the idea he's going to be eaten up. And yeah, it's like a funny one. It's a funny one. So that one is also quite a good story as well. So I kind of like that. I like the bit where they're getting shot at by lasers and the guy says, "You missed me," and that means, as I say, there's a bit of humour in it. It isn't really taken that serious. And if you remember the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Charity, like I said, without repeating myself, you've got this one guy and he's telling the story and he's talking, telling people all these different things. And then you've got the book, Don't Panic. You've got this fist, you stick it in your ear and it tells you information you want to know. And I like that. So, yeah, it's like good this. I like the fact they beam up in it, they go through all these adventures. But the only one I wasn't really mad on was the very last story. The last one, the spaceship's going to get blown up. The do, and the dad of two heads, they beam up, then they beam up, and then they go to another panic. They suddenly disappear. The depressed robot stays. He's depressed anyway. I get the humour there. You've got the well-known actress. She's been in a few things. I remember her name. I can't think of her fucking name now. She's very well known. She had her own talk show in America. Let me just think of it. A comedy show, to say, in America. She sang the song, "They don't know about love, but they've never heard of love." If you remember that song, you know I'm on about. She makes a small appearance in it. You've got this guy in the bath. He's never out of the bath. And then it starts off with a sailing off on a boat, and they become old men. They've got beards, and they're trying to find out what those book was. It's like a tied to the charity. They find this caveman. They're trying to cheat him, but they realise they can't cheat. They're stuck on Earth in the dinosaur, the caveman. I say the caveman era. The walk off. You've got the song by remember the song by Nick Armstrong, not Neil Armstrong, Nick Armstrong. What a wonderful world, you know. What a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. You've got that song in it, and then you've got the song music, it's all bear with me. And it ends like that. To me, I felt the ending was a bit anticlimactic. I thought it was a bit depressing. This is one where I would say the 2003 movie, when they did a movie of this, did better the ending, because I felt they should have had more to this. They were going to make a second series, but sadly to say, it was never to be. But this, for what it is, it's satisfied to the charity. Again, came out in 1981. It's not a bad one. It's a bit of an adventure. It's a good story. Yeah, it's them bad shitty BBC, which you already know what I think of BBC. But this is the area what I like. This is the area what I like. It's an adventure story. It's a good test. So why not? I'm not going to give it ratings. It's a TV show. It's sci-fi. But it's a good one. But into them people, be smart, be safe. I see you later for some more movies, some more movie reviews, whether it's TV shows, whether it's anything. But into them, see you later.